Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna have to walk, aren't we?
Looks like it.
So where are you from?
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Uh-huh. Where
And
the
what do
Beatles come from.
And where the what?
Where the Beatles come from.
Where the Beatles come from.
That's right, Liverpool, England.
But you live in Spain now.
I live in Spain now 6 years.
Okay, we can stop now since you lived in Spain for 6 years.
Uh-huh. We're
Wow,
retired
that's
there.
awesome.
Beautiful.
So what are you doing here?
Holiday.
Holiday? How long have you been here?
5 weeks on Thursday. We go back Thursday.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
Uh-huh.
So what do you do? Are you retired?
I'm retired now, yes.
What did you do?
I was a bus driver 20 years and a
You were
taxi
what?
driver, a bus driver,
A bus driver.
and a taxi driver for 12 years before that.
In England?
In Liverpool, yeah.
In Liverpool?
Uh-huh.
So if you had anything to tell someone my age, what would it be?
Well, don't smoke for starters.
Don't smoke?
Yes. Don't get tattoos.
Don't get tattoos? Look at this though. Look at what a manly man he is.
We'll be there 68.
You're 60?
68 in October.
68. That's great.
Knocking on a bit. Lived the best part of it. So
Yeah?
I've enjoyed it
So
more
you've-
now than ever did.
So you've been in Spain for 6 years, so what is that like?
It's beautiful. We're about 5 minutes walk from the beach like this, right on the Mediterranean.
So how long have you been here?
5 weeks.
5 weeks? How's it been for you?
Enjoyed it.
Do you love California?
Yeah, it's nice. I couldn't live here though.
No? Why not?
No, you wear a tin overcoat all the time.
It's what?
You've got a tin overcoat all the time. You're in the car everywhere you go. Go shopping, you're in the car.
It's not like that in Spain.
No.
No?
Shops everywhere and pubs on every corner. Thousands of pubs.
Is that your thing, pubs?
Yeah, well, I like to play pool and darts, so I go in the pub and have a drink.
Oh, cool.
Enjoy it.
All right, Bill.
And it's
Well,
far cheaper there. Jamie? Far
thank you
cheaper.
so much. Far cheaper in Spain than
Oh,
here?
God, oh, yeah.
Yeah? What do you pay for a glass of beer in Spain?
In Spain, I'll get a pint for 300 pesetas, and a pound is worth, it's 280 pesetas. So at about $1.50, I can get a pint of beer. A bottle of Corona for $1.50.
How much is
$3.50.
beer here? I don't even drink beer.
$3.50 and $4 here for a bottle of Corona.
Oh,
It's
okay.
nearly 3 times the
Yeah,
price,
that's
honestly.
true, that's true.
Yes. It's a nice place, but as I say, I couldn't live with a tin overcoat.
So you were a bus
That's it.
driver for 20 years.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What was that like?
Well, it's good, actually. I was the only one who used to stop and pick up runners. You know, when people are late, he used to say, I'm going to swear now, he used to say to me, you're smashing fellas to work with, Bill, but you'll never be a bus driver, you got a hole in your arse. And I picked everybody up. If anybody's running, I'd say, stop the bus, get on.
Well, thank you, Bill.
A pleasure, my love.
It was a
All
pleasure.
right, Scott.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you, Ben. You guys are awesome. Your energy is beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your donations. And if you can't donate, I'm still going to play for you. Anyway, come from your heart, you guys. Anyway, I love you. I never had a lesson in my life, so that means you guys have a gift, too. So honor your gifts, you guys. Welcome to Venice. Don't forget about the ocean.
And then we became slaves. Now, when blacks understand what I'm teaching here, this is the truth that will make us free. Then we'll stop hating the white race for enslaving us, because we'll realize we were supposed to become slaves. Because we enslaved the Jews first back in Egypt. Remember how bad the Egyptians did the Jews in the Prince of Egypt? We did it, so it came back on us. The white race, when they understand what I'm teaching, they'll stop being made to feel guilty for enslaving the blacks. And this way, the guilt and hate will all disappear, and then we'll have what? Peace and prosperity. You have any questions? It's literature. Anybody else like literature on the subject? Okay. Anyone like to contribute to gifts appreciation for the call?
He's my son, so.
No one had any questions? I didn't hear you. All right with me?
Okay. So just talk about what you were saying.
From the beginning? That's quick and short and easy to
Okay,
understand.
cool.
All right. The pyramid is on the back of your United States $1 bill, to make the whole world talk about Egypt. Now, I know you're asking yourself, why do we need to talk about Egypt? Well, we need to see that the Egyptians who enslaved the Jews ever reaped 400 years of slavery for enslaving the Jews. Because God made it very clear, if you do good, you get good. You do wrong, you're going to receive wrong. Now, when this is proven to the majority of people in the world that the Egyptians really did reap what they sow, the results from this will bring peace and prosperity to the whole world, the best time the earth ever experienced. Now, before I give you evidence that the Egyptians did reap what they sow, I need to point this out. This is all based on prophecy of Isaiah 19, and 20. When you read the chapter and 2 verse, you'll see that he was describing a monument located in Egypt. He said one day will be a sign. No one will be able to tell God they did not see the sign Isaiah was talking about, because we all see it on the dollar bill, which is the pyramid. Now today, there's a whole lot of evidence coming out proving that the so-called black race are the Egyptians. Evidence came out in 1992 with Michael Jackson and Eddie Murphy music video entitled Remember the Time. As everyone in the video, including Magic Johnson, was dressed up like Egyptian, and you got that title, that's what the video is telling you. Remember the time when the black race was called Egyptian. In Jet magazine, a major black magazine, when the video came out, they reported when blacks ruled one of civilization's greatest empire. All through the article, they mention Egypt. Of course, Egypt is located northeast corner of Africa. But to fully understand any story, even the story of the black race, you have to see the story at the beginning. But most people, including blacks, we look at our history from the middle when we became slaves. Example, the movie Amistad, Roots Kunta Kinte. And that's what keeps blacks upset and in slavery, because basically that's all we look at is that part of our history. But to understand, you got to see it from the beginning. Everything in the beginning starts off small and then it grows. We start off as a small tribe in Egypt. We grew, filled up Egypt. Over thousands of years, we multiplied and finally filled up the whole continent of Africa, and then we became slaves. Now, when blacks understand what I'm teaching here, this is the truth that will make us free. Then we'll stop hating the white race for enslaving us, because we'll realize we were supposed to become slaves, because we enslaved the Jews first back in Egypt. The white race, once they understand what I'm teaching, they'll stop being made to feel guilty for enslaving the blacks. In this way, the guilt and hate will all disappear, and then we'll finally have peace and prosperity. Any question?
Why? What makes you do what you do?
What makes me do what I...
What makes you do this? Why
Well,
are you
to tell the truth, God making me do this.
Okay, let's hear about that.
Once again, it's there to make the whole world talk about Egypt. I happen to be the first person God made to start talking about Egypt. When I first realized this, I started telling family, friends, and family, and relatives. Now I'm out in the public. Eventually, the whole world is going to start talking about Egypt because the pyramid is on the dollar bill. Why is it there?
So where did you first come up? Where did you first get your first revelation of this?
When I found out that the black race are the Egyptians, then I started listening, and every time I hear anything about Egypt or Egyptian, I started checking it out. And when I read Isaiah 19, and 20, it hit home. That's why it's there, to make the whole world focus back on Egypt, to see that the Egyptians ever reap what they sow. That's why that movie came out 2 years ago. Now it's on video today, The Prince of Egypt. It's there to put the story on the kids' mind today and refreshing the minds of the older people. Eventually, people are going to start thinking and asking themselves, wait a minute, God said you reap what you sow. Where is the evidence that the Egyptians enslaved the Hebrews and they got back 400 years of slavery?
Okay.
That's why people go out and do what they do today, because they don't see any way to prove you reap what you sow. They say to themselves, if I don't get caught by a man or a camera catch me, I can get away with it. But once they see that the Egyptian got back what they did to the Jews, that'll make people start thinking before they decide to go out and do something wrong, because they will definitely see you reap what you sow.
So why do you feel that God wants you to do this?
Because when you read Isaiah 19, and 20, in the 20th verse, it said one day God would send someone to deliver the Egyptian. Since I'm the first one to realize this and no one taught this to me, I know that's me. Plus, it gives other chapters and verses in the Bible to verify that it's me. It tell you how old a person will be when you get the information. I was that age, 40 years old. It gives the date, year, and the month that he would be born, and that's May 13, 1948, when Israel became a nation.
Okay. Were you born that day?
I was born May 13, 1948, the same day Israel became a nation.
Okay.
And to tell you what nationality he will be, which is Egyptian.
Okay. And what's your name?
My name is Wayne Jackson.
Wayne, I'm Jamie. Thank you so
Jamie?
much. Yeah, Jamie Lynxx.
Okay, Jamie.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, this is Jamie Lynxx. I'm here with Valeria, and you do henna tattooing?
Yes, I do.
And why do you do this?
Well, I do it mostly to make money, and I got in.
Is it good money?
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah?
good money, and I started it because it started becoming a fad, and I'm an artist, so I thought it'd be a nice way to express my artistic talents.
Oh, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so how long have you been doing it?
3 years,
Very
3.5 years. I started out and it was just a small little stand, and then it took off. As you can tell, all the different competition there is.
Yeah, totally. I see
There's
a
a
lot.
ton.
So, what are your favorite tattoos that you usually do?
Some of the favorites that I do are usually the tribal, and a lot of the ornate ones are really
Okay.
favorite.
So,
are
which
really-
ones would those be?
Like these types,
Okay.
my favorite, and mostly the real ornate stuff is really what I like.
How long do they usually take to do?
5 minutes.
And how many do you usually do in a day? Is it busy?
Oh yeah, in a day I could do anywhere from about 100 to 200 a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow, very
because
cool.
they go real fast.
Okay. So, is this something that you plan on doing for the rest of your life? Like you
No,
enjoy it?
no, just
No?
saving up money and then that's it.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so-
All right. Well, thanks, Valeria.
All right,
That was
thanks.
very cool. And I'll talk to you later.
Okay, great.
You're cool. Look at me, man.
Cool. You look great.
Okay. So whenever you're ready.
You want me to stand up? It's better, it's all right.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Hi, this is Jamie Lynxx. I'm in Venice Beach. I'm with Sabina. She's a
Hi.
female drummer. She's completely awesome. So
you.
how long have you been doing this?
Here at Venice, 3.5 years.
Yeah, anywhere else?
Yes, I'm almost 40, so I've played with some of the best.
Wow, she's 40.
Yeah.
She doesn't look 40 at
Oh,
all.
thanks.
Yeah, you look great. So what made you start doing this?
I started as a child,
Uh-huh.
and I had no lessons. My mom was dating a drummer,
Okay.
and so
So
that's how
how
I
you started
started. Yeah,
learning? And so you've been playing since what, you were 5?
12.
12.
Yep.
That's awesome. So you've been in Venice Beach for 3.5 years. What makes you do what you do?
Touching the people. If I
Yeah.
can give them chills, or sometimes they tell me they've cried,
Yeah.
something like that. If I can touch them.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, because I hear what you're saying. You talk a lot about giving back and making people feel good.
Right.
So do you do anything else? Is this basically your staple?
I work for domestic violence, women and children.
And what do you do there?
I'm an RCM, it's a residential care manager in the shelters. I take care of the kids and the women,
Very
make
cool.
sure they're okay.
So do you do this on the weekends only?
Yeah, Venice is the weekends.
Venice, this is like your hobby, but you
Yeah.
make some cash doing it too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and you get to
awesome.
touch
It's a
people.
dream come true.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay, so what else do you have to tell people, the young people of the world? What would you like to tell them?
If you have a gift, honor it,
Honor it?
because that's what everybody at Venice is doing. They're not punching the clock. They're honoring the gift that they were given naturally.
Yeah.
You know, what you're doing. 'Cause I
Yeah.
can tell you're real comfortable talking to people.
I'm
yeah,
comfortable.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I like talking to people.
It's
Yeah. So,
just honor
where
it.
else have you been in the world?
Costa Rica, Salt
Do you
Lake
play
City.
there? Have you played there before?
Yep, drums, hand drums mainly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where else? Because you've been in Venice for 3.5 years. Where else have you played long term?
This is mainly it.
That's it.
Yeah, Hermosa Beach. I mainly play in the circuit of LA.
Where's the circuit? I didn't know there was a circuit.
Hollywood, Starwood. I mean, the Starwoods not there anymore, like the Troubadour, Whiskey A Go Go, Gazzari's.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much, Sabina. You're awesome.
All right, thank you.
So we can see you here on Venice Beach every Saturday and Sunday.
That's right.
Every Saturday and Sunday, come see Sabina. Thanks so much.
Take care. Or I can.
So what? So you don't go to church. You meditate and what makes you do
I
what you
try
do?
to let go of the doubt and the fear. You let go of that, and you stay out of your mind. That
And you're
compulsive
kinda
thinking.
yeah.
That thinking.
trying to plan everything.
Yeah, and you just be quiet
Yeah.
and listen to that inner voice.
And that inner voice, which is God or a higher
We don't
power.
know. Could be Joe. You know, we don't know.
Yeah, but it's something that's
Something's
guiding
there.
you. And that's what guided you to here.
Right,
Yeah.
totally. And I was in Salt Lake City, not doing my music, and my soul was crying.
What were you doing in Salt Lake City?
I'm a GM tech by trade, so I was working doing cars in my own garage, making a living, and just but I did create a drum circle there, and it
Oh,
was just
cool.
incredible.
So what made you all of a sudden say, hey, I'm going to go to Venice Beach and play
It's a
drums?
spirit, something calling me, and I was so scared too.
Yeah?
But I felt it just calling me. But you know, I used to walk this beach, and I never thought I'd be here.
Yeah?
I never thought I'd be playing Venice.
So let me get this straight. You were in Salt Lake City, Utah, being a GM tech,
Right.
and all of a sudden your inner voice said, go play drums in Venice Beach?
Right. Well,
Did it really say that,
I'm
or
a,
was it kind of a journey?
is a journey. But yeah, I was being called because I wasn't doing my gift. See, I was working on cars and trying to make a living.
Yeah.
That thing I was telling you about punching the clock and
Compulsive thinking.
and then no, but just punching the clock and not
Yeah.
living by your gift.
So how did you? Okay, so you left Salt Lake City and came straight here, or what was?
Right.
What was
Straight here, drove back. I didn't think I would even still be here playing Venice. Then I came here and walked it, and something told me to bring my drums. And for the whole year, they bothered me and bothered me. And
Who bothered you?
people here, the police and
bothered you?
vendors, because I was loud, and this new girl coming to town, and these guys are here. And so I would just be persistent and keep moving my set all around the grass, and finally I found a space. And I was there for 2 years.
Wow. So you've been here 3.5 years.
Yeah.
So you now she does this, and what else do you do? You're a CM.
RCM, I work with domestic violence, women
So
and
what
children.
made you go into that?
Because I got so much from this. I know this all sounds corny, but
No, it doesn't
I wanted
sound corny.
to give back. So I volunteered there for a year, and then they put me on staff.
That's awesome. That's really awesome.
So now I'm living my dream. I live by the ocean, I play my drums here, and I'm helping others.
That's cool. That's very cool. So where do you live? You live on the
I live
ocean?
in Hermosa Beach,
Hermosa Beach?
in a motorhome on a trailer court, 7 blocks from the ocean.
So if you hadn't listened to that inner voice, which some people would call God, or you called
You know
Joe,
what?
or whatever.
I had to, either way, because I was having severe anxiety, and something was calling me, and I had to. I almost had no choice. It was 5 years since I was there, and it was a heavy calling.
And everyone can relate to that. I mean, everybody out there.
Share it too, because it's so private,
Yeah.
and people go, "Oh yeah, she's on," you know what I mean? But I don't care for judgment. But it's
So
sometimes.
you just got rid of the fear and the doubt and the worry and said, hey, I'm going to do it.
Well, it took time,
Yeah.
because we were conditioned to fear and doubt.
That's
It still takes time. I still, the mics and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're making it comfortable too.
Aw, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
Well, Sabina, you're awesome, and I really appreciate you talking to us, and I think it's it's been helpful to other people, so thank you.
Anytime.
All right.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.
Brazil, thank you. Want to show come on, get him on the line. Your time, get him in. Yeah, my man, you want to put something?
Thank you.
Okay, I'll do it.
I tip you. Can I talk to you for 2 minutes?
Yeah, okay, 2 minutes. Yeah, because the other people will
Okay.
trying to catch it up.
All right. So real quick. So, okay. Are we filming? Hi, this is Jamie Lynxx, and I'm with...
Yep, and then Betty White, the married
Yes.
couple of Venice. We're known by the married
11
couple
years.
of 11 years now. You know that?
Why do you guys do this?
All this money and show happiness
Money,
of marriage.
and we like to share our
Share
happiness.
our happiness of marriage.
How long have you been doing it?
About 6 years.
6 years off and
And
on.
what made you decide to do this?
We came here seeking fame and fortune. And we're
Yeah?
still seeking fame and fortune. We've been on the Sally Show recently, and
Oh,
the
cool.
Roseanne
Film,
Show,
National TV
and
show.
Black Entertainment
BET
Talent
Live
Live from
from
LA.
LA.
And we're getting a few
Te
breaks.
quiero esposa.
So
Now, does anyone ever come to interview you like
Yes,
this?
ma'am. Yes,
A
ma'am.
lot?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
know, we just had an
A lot
interview
interview.
about 15 minutes
We get-
ago.
So wow, you guys are like famous, man.
Yeah,
We really
sometimes
famous overseas, photos, shit.
So
We're really
how long
famous.
How long do you guys plan on doing this?
Till we
I
make
never
a
know we might
Raymond
get
fortune.
famous.
No,
I thought we'd get famous up maybe this
actually,
year.
my aspirations are president of the United States, first woman president. But I don't know how long it will take, how much money I'll get to make it happen. We ran against Bill Clinton for governor of Arkansas. when we were
President
back in
Clinton, my wife, worked
He
with him
was
in the
just
law
governor.
firm.
Very cool.
Yeah, you know, we ran the race. President Clinton said he's going to vote for my wife in the
I don't
race
think
one
he did.
time.
I don't think he did.
You don't think you did?
You know,
Well, I don't
He was
know.
the governor at the time.
No,
No, Bill.
Well, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Where you
You're welcome.
from?
Where am I from?
What are you with her?
I'm just doing a student project right now
Me and my wife.
From where?
from UCLA.
Oh, UCLA, good.
We've been in the picture industry business there.
What was
They
that
had
magazine?
someone told us they were using our videos to teach making videos.
Yeah, totally.
Did you see it?
I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking
That was a
about.
couple of years ago.
That's
And,
awesome.
yeah.
Well, you guys go
You know,
have fun.
but the main, you know what? The main thing that keeps us married, you know, our sex life is good. We have sex every day.
Oh, but listen,
you know, with my wife,
I don't
73, I'm
have-
43.
I
That's
don't have
amazing.
anything.
That's amazing. She
You're
don't
73?
I don't have any
73,
illness.
That's hard to believe. She like
That's
sex every
awesome.
day.
But the Reader's Digest had an article
Sex.
in the 1993 July issue, and they said that sex cures all these things: heart trouble,
yeah.
arthritis,
I agree.
mental illness, and diseases of the arteries, because it relaxes you so, and there's just nothing it can't cure. It's tremendous. And if you want to read that article, it's called Amazing Healing of Sex.
When did you guys meet?
Oh, when we, Union Rescue Mission, no wrong.
1984.
1984.
Where were you? Where'd you
At the
meet?
Union Rescue Mission. I worked for a paper in Little Rock, and they hadn't paid their people for 2 months. They eventually went under. But I met Elton out there. He was looking for a job, and we've been together ever since.
And you're 73 and you're 43?
43. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
We got on the Sally Show.
That's how we got on the TV show, Sally. Hey,
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
care.
much. So much.
Thanks. Bye-bye. This is Jamie Lynxx at Venice Beach. Of course. So this is Jamie Lynxx. I'm at Venice Beach again, and I'm with
Mike Kelly.
Mike Kelly. And so do you hang out here all the time?
No, not all the time. I
So-
grew up here, so
You grew up here?
yeah.
So what's it like to hang out here and see all these different freaks that come in and out?
Well, you know what? The freaks have kind of thinned out in the years, and it's
Really?
The tourists have gotten really thick, and the freaks have thinned out, and it's not the same anymore.
So-
And the pavilion is gone.
What's the pavilion?
The pavilion was just a big meeting place that kind of withered over the years and turned into nothing. And
For locals or for tourists? or-
way back when it was for locals, and then people started living in it, and then now it's a big pile of sand.
So what's like the coolest thing to do around here in Venice? Like if I came to you and I say, hey, I'm new here, I want to go hang out, I'm a girl in my early 20s, what do I do?
Walk up and down the boardwalk, and you just told me how old you were, so.
I didn't tell you exactly.
Very
But walk up in, so is this the boardwalk?
Pretty much.
So what is there to do like on the, like is there ever like any type of dancing or anything at night or like any type of
Nah, the pier maybe is about the closest thing. Salsa dancing up the street.
salsa up the street? So let's check you out. Who's this?
I'm Steve.
Hey Steve.
What's happening?
Cool. Have
Born
you
here.
lived here? You were born here too?
Born and raised.
Are you guys like together? Have you guys been together since you were kids?
No, not really.
No?
We're all the same friends.
All the same friends? That's cool. So what else do you guys surf?
He does. I race motorcycles.
You race motorcycles?
Yeah, he surfs, I race.
What do you do for a living?
I work in aerospace. Rockets, satellites.
I'm talking to a rocket scientist. That's basically what I'm doing right now, aren't I?
Yes.
Yes. Are you serious? Are you
Yeah,
really a rocket
I'm
scientist?
serious.
A good-looking rocket scientist. How cool. Because you... He's your chick magnet? Well, you mostly, you think of a rocket scientist, you think of the pen, the pocket protector
Yeah,
and all that.
not me.
So, what do you do? Like, you do this for your days off, but what do you really enjoy doing?
Racing motorcycles.
Do you build them?
Yes.
And
I'm a mechanic, the racer, the driver, everything. I do it all.
that's what your true love is?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I grew up doing, and I still do it.
What's your philosophy on life?
Never say no. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Never say no.
All right. Well, it was nice meeting you.
Very nice to meet you.
Okay, so this is Jamie at Venice Beach, and we'll take out of here. Bye. department. We got to find one first, but I was talking to a few firemen the other day and they said they'd love for us to come by, so that's what we're going to do. So, right now we're on Hollywood and Victory. We're going to stop in this mobile mart and see if this guy knows where the fire station is. So we're looking for the fire department. So you said there's one down there?
Yeah, there's a new one. It's opened like very recently.
Okay.
It's you just passed the street named Oak.
Okay.
O-A-K.
O-A-K.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see the yellow lights blinking all the time.
Blinking? Okay.
That's the fire department there. And there's a one up the street too. I don't know. I don't know which one is bigger.
Okay.
But all the time, if something happen around the neighborhood, the fire department up the street is rush here.
Okay. They rush here. Okay, so what's your name?
I'm Tissa.
Tissa?
Tissa.
I'm Jamie.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. How long have you lived here?
How long you think?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
No, the way I handle my language, you know, you can guess.
Let's see. I would say 10 years.
Yeah, it's about 15 years.
You sound very good.
Yeah?
Yeah, you sound awesome.
What is this project for?
What is it for? We're just hanging out. We're filming people. We want to get to know people in the area.
Are you a student of UCLA?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
In which faculty? I mean,
We're,
what do you study?
Just general
General?
stuff. So, thank you.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
All right. And go.
Hi, this is Jamie Lynxx. We're in Hollywood now. We tried the Burbank Fire Department and they were boring, basically. So we're coming into Hollywood. We see this guy over here. He's the one that sells star maps of the stars. So we're gonna check him out and see what he has to do. Thanks.
See, here we have the Hollywood sign.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so what's your name again?
David Favela.
David Favela. And you sell maps of
I
stars?
sell star maps to star homes.
Okay.
This is the star map right here. Here we have the Hollywood sign. We have 109 actors. Here we have like Sylvester Stallone, Elizabeth Taylor, Elvis Presley's last home. Here's the starting point of the map, Sunset Doheny. You were to make a left on this light, go down 2 blocks, you make a right on Sunset, and it starts within 2.5 miles from there. Here we have additional addresses. Here we have Premier Theaters, Famous Nightclubs and Cafes, and studios.
Okay, now I have to ask. Okay. Are these really the stars?
Yes, ma'am.
Are they?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you know?
Because I work for a guy that he buys it from some lady.
Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
He buys what from some lady?
These maps.
Okay. Now, how did you get into doing this?
Well, my brother used to work in this job, and he told me about it, and I thought it was a pretty good job, and well, they actually pay us $6 an hour plus commission. So, and I was interested in it.
So, are you from here?
No, yes, I was born here.
You were born here?
Yes, ma'am.
And so, what do you want to do?
Well, I want to study to be an airplane mechanic. That's what I'll be.
A what?
Airplane mechanic.
Airplane mechanic. So, are you in school?
Yes, ma'am.
High school?
Yeah, I'm in high school. I go to law and government class on James Monroe High.
Okay. And so, how long have you been wanting to be an airplane mechanic?
Since I was small.
Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
And so this is paying your way to get to college?
Well, this is just like to buy myself some clothes and stuff like that.
Do you live at home?
Well, yes, I live with my parents, my mom, my stepdad, and my brother.
So how is it to grow up in Hollywood?
Well, it's pretty, you have to be strong because you see these kind of people out here, they're just dangerous.
Yeah?
Where I live in a pretty dangerous area, and I grew up in where it's like a lot of gangsters. And my mom would always tell us, just hang around with the people you think it's good for you. And that's how it is.
So you pretty much stayed away from the bad influences?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah?
Yes.
So you want to be an airplane mechanic. What does your parents do?
Well, my mom, she works in a hotel, cleaning the rooms.
Cleaning the rooms. What does your dad do?
Well, my dad's he's a general constructor.
Yeah?
Yes.
How many brothers and sisters you got?
I only got one brother. Yeah.
So you grew up in a pretty, tough life.
Yeah. I was raised without my mom, without my dad.
Yeah.
So it was pretty tough for my mom to raise me.
So she's supported you guys. That's cool. So you basically want to go to school, get a good education, and be able to help her out and your brother.
Help my mom, I said that.
How old is your brother?
Well, my brother, he's 17.
17.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
16. Are you gonna be a junior? Or?
I'm gonna be a junior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So what do you think about life? Like if a little kid came up to you and said, "Hey man, tell me something that I should know about growing up."
I would tell him just don't worry about what other people say. Just go through your own way, and don't get into drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go to church?
Well, yeah, I'm Catholic. I go to church.
You're Catholic? Cool. That's cool. All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. How long have you been doing the star maps?
Well, I just been setting these like for 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you do before that?
Well, I was just in my house, like just helping my mom out, cleaning the house, stuff like that.
That's cool. Well, thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, I'll see you
Okay,
later.
bye.
Bye. Okay. Whenever you're ready. Hi, I'm Jamie Lynxx. We're here at Man's Chinese Theater, and we're with
Jackie Richardson,
Jackie Richardson. Where are you from?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Wow. And how long have you been here?
2 days.
And how do you like it?
Love it.
Love it?
Yep.
What brought you out here?
I want to move.
You want to move out
I'm
here?
moving, yes.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Why?
Because I love it, and my friends
What do you
are
want
here.
to do here?
Hopefully find a job.
Yeah, what do you do?
Anything I can.
Anything you can. So what do you do in Baltimore?
I was an executive secretary
Oh,
at a
really?
college, yeah.
How long have you been there?
3 years.
3 years. And are you from there?
No, from Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool, very cool. So what else have you been doing in Hollywood?
Well, we've only been here for 2 days, so we just kind of been eating.
How long have you been here?
For life.
How long are you here until you leave for Baltimore?
I'm here. I've moved. I'm moving.
So you're here.
I'm
for
here.
good.
I drove cross country, and I'm here.
We look for tourists and we're finding a transplant. Look at that. So you're looking for a job right now?
Right.
For executive secretary?
Right.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so what do you enjoy doing?
What do I enjoy doing? I enjoy laughing.
Laughing.
I enjoy making people laugh.
What's your philosophy on life?
Never grow up.
Never grow up. Thank you so much.
You're
You're
welcome.
awesome. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hi, this is Jamie Lynxx for the Man's Chinese Theater, and we're with
Lisa
Lisa
and Jessica.
and Jessica. And how long have you guys been here?
Just got here.
Just got here.
Yeah.
Today?
Yes.
And you're already at the Man's Chinese Theater?
Yes.
Wow, you guys move fast. So how long are you going to be here?
At the Man's Chinese Theater?
Yeah, how long are you going to be in LA?
Oh, we live here.
You live here?
We live in Thousand Oaks.
So what are you doing here? Being tourists?
Relatives. Yeah, they're relatives from New Hampshire.
And how do they like it?
They like it a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what do you guys, are you a student?
Yeah.
Yeah? You go to school, high school?
No,
Yes.
I'm in 8th grade. No, you're going in
Well,
tonight.
I'm going in 3rd grade. And what do you do?
I work for Blue Cross.
Blue Cross? How do you like it?
I like it a lot.
How long have you worked there? 1942.
Since 93.
93, cool. And if you had anything to tell your daughter about life, what would it be?
Just remember that out of all the choices you make, there's always consequences to pick.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you. This is Jamie Lynxx
All
from
right.
Man's Chinese Theater. Thanks. Here we are at the famous Man's Chinese Theater in Hollywood, where we're interviewing tourists and seeing where they're from and why they've come here to Hollywood.
Brush fire.